After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. So much firepower here. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You just see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Good looking jab. There's a counter shot. Just missed with that jab. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Straight right just misses. Typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Crawford in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
He's not in your league. Come on, switch on.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. Nice defense on that right hook. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with that hook. And he scores with the counter. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Got out of the way of that right hook. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. counter punch. Back and forth they go. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walked right through it?
Taj, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Just misses with that jab. That counter shot lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's on to the third? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Good counter punching. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And that hook misses. That counter punch caught him clean. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The straight right just misses. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. They both want a knockout, you can tell. These two were made for each other. Well done with that counter shot. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Forget about that round. It was a bad... Good work. That's it. Now breathe. Breathe. Just get round for me, kid. I need you to focus on what...
Here we go to the fourth round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
A perfect counter shot. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Defense is not an option for these two. Nice defense on that jab. They exchange punches. And he misses with the left uppercut. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Catch and shoot. How about that time counter shot? Beautiful counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
You'd like to see more jabs. Those counter punches have to hurt. A perfect counter lands. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Get focused, get your mind back on the job, get back out there and win.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Nice exchange here from both men. Beautiful counter punch. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter shot. The jab doesn't quite connect. Punch, counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Is he going to punch himself out, though? That punch lands. Nice counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. They've got the momentum. Here we go in the 6th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to down goes Sugar Ray Leonard. As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did... 1, 2, 3, 4.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Do you believe what we're seeing? Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Those counter punches have to hurt. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Straight right just misses. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Holding nothing back here in the round. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. You've got to wonder how big...
Go back out there. I mean, you can win this round.
And there's the bell for round 7. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Punch, counter punch. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Is he going to punch himself out, though? How about that time counter shot? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
He misses with that jab. Swing and a miss with the jab. Nice counter shot. Misses with the jab. Big swing and a miss with the hook. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right.
Round 8, and we're off again. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Can't land the jab there. That counter punch caught him clean. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
That's lights out right there.
Listen to me. Are you okay?